Now we talked about this on the phone, and feel free to share what you're comfortable with talking publicly. But with
Or
all
even privately. I don't like talking about anything active. You know
no,
that.
no. Well, we're not talking about anybody current. We're not, doing that kind of stuff. But what I'm getting at is, I kind of feel like if I was wearing your hat, if you stood tall, maybe did 15 years, if you came out being a guy with Sicilian lineage, being what you knew, being a tough guy, to be honest, you had bodies under you, like you probably would be a lot tougher than a lot of guys out there, and you probably would be in an administrative position. Is there a little part of you that regrets flipping and saying, "Oh
Well,
shit,
yeah,
I
because I
fight
mean,
this all?"
I wanted if they would have gave me 15 years, I would have took it. They never offered me that. Never, And when they tried like this to offer that they didn't give you guarantees that they're not going to hit you with anything else. So and they
What
weren't
what
showing me
what
no
what were
discovery.
you offered? Wait, what were you offered?
But the 15 years was also coming with deportation, right? So
Well, that's what
um,
makes you unique. Keep going about that
look, I
because
did
I
7 years.
agree with
I get a 10. I tell everybody I didn't mind jail.
you. Yeah,
Um, the thing is, if I wanted to come out after 20 years, I wanted to come out and be a bigger asshole than I was before I went in.
yeah.
Because now you got the 20 years ago that's how it works. And I'm glad that didn't happen in a sense. I'm not glad I flipped, but I just wish I would have not gotten to that fucking life. That's
Yeah, completely. So then, but I gotta
but
ask.
I don't hate people for getting in that. I don't
Well,
call people out either.
let me ask you though, like, what type of guy went into the Bonanno family in 2005 and above? You know what I mean? Like, with these legacy street guys, associates that have
That
been
could have
around.
been me if look. That could have been me. I was thinking about that not too long ago. Look, if I wasn't made and I'm still out there, shit, and they told me, hey, wait, you're gonna get made next week because this is where it is. I'm like, fuck, let's go, sign me up. Um, Now if I was made, I'd be like, what the fuck's going on? If I done dirt or mud with people, and you got 10, 15 people talking, obviously they're not gonna give me a free pass. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna wait and see where we're at, and then maybe by 2010 regroup and go from there.
Now, when you were, because obviously you were in a witness unit, serving with other wise guys. There's always chatter while you were serving your time. Um, did you get some like, oh, this guy got made? Jesus Christ, how did he get his butt? Like, were you surprised at kind of like the caliber of guys that were elevated to administration or got made, or was it very secretive? You didn't know what was going on.
What do you mean?
Like when you were in jail, when you were in
Uh
prison.
huh.
Um,
No, no, there was, and I would say that because he did inform. There was this lawyer that used to come in all the time, Lee, something fucking. I think he had like the Motley Crew named Tommy Lee. He was a lawyer or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I heard of him. Yeah,
And he used to, or Tony Lee, one or the other.
Big
And he
Tony.
used to come, a little guy, but he was a little arrogant. Like, he was always bringing messages back. And he was wanted to do this whole fucking library of cases. He wanted to fight, all the rats. He was doing things like somebody I don't want to mention trying to do now. And he would come over there and he was all gung ho until the feds picked him up and said, "Hey, we think that you have a lot of stuff to explain about it. You're bringing messages back from back and forth."
Yeah.
And one incident was that Joe goes, "Frankie, come here a sec." I said, "What happened?" He goes, "Listen, this kid. I'm not gonna mention the kid who he was. He was outside. I know him since a kid." I go, "Yeah, what about him?" I go, "What is he?" I didn't know nothing about it. I said, "What is he in trouble or something?" He's a good kid. He's just a little nuts, but he's a good kid. We had the same godparents and everything. He goes, "No, no, no, no." He goes, "A friend of mine been asking about him on the outside," meaning now it makes sense. And I thought he was in trouble. They were actually looking to straighten him out. So they wanted to ask around.
What It's believed that Mikey Nose took the reins after Bastiano went away. As far as